What's up? What's happening? This is Mikedot here, and I'm taking a quick look at the World vs. World system for Guild Wars 2. I focused all of my time on this mode during the previous beta weekend, and let me just say that this mode is pretty confusing at first, but once you get a better sense of strategy and coordination with your teammates, it becomes one heck of an experience. So, what is World vs. World mode exactly? Well, it's very much like the capture and hold mode for general PvP, but on a grand scale. I mean, we're talking up to 2,000 players from 3 different servers, all waging war over 4 different territories in what is called the Realm of the Mist, in order to obtain special rewards for their server, and of course, bragging rights. Players must work together over a 2-week period to capture different objectives over a huge map, with points for each captured objective being tallied up every 5 minutes. For those that are looking to jump into World vs. World, will be able to do so almost as soon as they start playing the game. Fair competition is structured the same way as capture and hold PvP, where base stats for all players are instantly scaled to level 80. Although players are not given predetermined sets of equipment to use, new or low level players are still free to jump in without the fear of being outmatched in terms of overall stats. When I first jumped in, I was a bit clueless as to what was happening on the battlefield, but apparently our team was struggling to make a push for the Boreless Pass Overlook, which is one of the main defense castles in the territory. Without putting much thought into it, I rushed in with my hunting bear against a huge amount of enemy players, and this was a pretty careless act since I was pretty outnumbered, and I was quickly swamped and defeated. Besides from blindly attacking the base over and over again, my team didn't seem to have any other strategy in mind. I mean, I made the suggestion that maybe we should go and attack some other base, but no one on my team was really listening to what I had to say, so I just kept attacking with them for about 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours. After I threw myself into the fray over and over again, things started to get more personal when I respawned back over at home base, only to find out that my pants got ripped up.
Urge to kill rising!
That was pretty much the last straw for me. I decided that I wanted to fight this war on my own terms, and I decided to go off on my own to attack a small occupied outlook tower on the map instead, but this tower was heavily guarded by NPCs. I shouted out to my team to see if anyone else wanted to help me out, and 3 other teammates joined up with me to make an assault on that tower, and we managed to take out all the guards and we started attacking the gate, but the gate was very well enforced, and at the rate we were going, it was going to take us hours to tear down the gate, and by the time we managed to make a small dent, the enemy team crept up on us and we had no choice but to run away. There simply had to be a better way to do this despite our very low numbers. Another player on our team suggested that we should hijack a few supplies from incoming travel yaks, as well as take over a supply depot near the tower. As me and my partner waited for a strike team to gather up, we fought against a giant forest monster while we waited. With that in mind, it's worth mentioning that World vs. World mode isn't just about capturing bases. There's also some PvE content sprinkled in as well. The battlegrounds also have creatures and minions such as these, where players can fight against to earn extra EXP, skill points, and item drops just as you would in the quest realm. For those that feel that their level isn't up to snuff, they can battle against these creatures to level up their skills and their base level to use higher level equipment. We were able to assemble a strike team within a few minutes, and while everyone else was fighting on the front lines, we needed to do this quickly as possible, so we rushed in, defeated the guards, and took over the supply depot. Once we had the supplies in hand, we used what we had to assemble a giant battering ram, and it didn't take long for us to destroy the wall. Once the wall was down, it was go time. The NPC guards that were waiting for us at the top of the tower did their best to fend us off, but we eliminated them quickly. Then we focused on defeating the head tower master, and by the time that the enemy team realized what we were doing, it was already too late. So the tower was now in our control for about 20 minutes or so. The enemy team was able to drive us out after that, so it was a pretty short-lived victory. I'd like to say that my only main issue with World vs. World mode was the lack of communication from players and ways to communicate with players besides from team chat. Now with team chat, the messages only show up in the bottom of your screen, and in the midst of a huge battle it's pretty hard to keep track of or even notice, especially when team chat messages don't show up above players' heads. And the lack of any commands to make coordination with teammates easier can make for a pretty frustrating and hectic experience. But other than that, the World vs. World mode was just so much fun to play. I mean, there was also other maps that were available. I mean, I was only on the Eternal Battlegrounds, but there was also like a snow map and I think a jungle map and a mountain map. I mean, there was just a whole bunch of different maps that people could fight over. So overall, I really had fun with this mode, and it really puts the meaning of war into Guild Wars 2. Well, that's all the time I have for this video, and if you want to learn more about Guild Wars 2, check out our profile page here at OnRPG.com. Just check out the links in the description, but first don't forget to hit that like button. This is Mikedot saying over and out. See you out there, gamers.